In this week's hypnosis video, I'm going to discuss non-verbal suggestions. Keep watching the video and find out. Hi there, it's Tran here from Feel Good Hypnosis, and welcome back for another hypnosis tutorial. This week we're doing another street hypnosis skit here. You're going to see an example of that there. I'm going to talk you through now exactly what you're going to see next. This week I'm talking about hypnotic suggestions, non-verbal. Now, what does that mean? It means that I'm going to do something without actually speaking through the process of what I'm doing and get them to respond. Now, many people will look at this video and think it's spooky, it's voodoo. All this is, watch what I'm doing here. I'm setting up what's going to happen inside his mind by describing it while his eyes are closed, and then when he wakes up, I'm not going to say very little, and notice how he responds to my almost non-verbal suggestions using the little doll, the little monkey that I have with me. So there's more ways to communicate than just describing what you do. So let's start off by analysing the video. Step one, as the video opens, I'm doing a deepener. Every time you put someone into an eyes closed state, utilise that, make that an opportunity to deepen the trance. This guy, I'll put some links in the description section below of other videos from this chap. He's been a great subject, so I know he's very responsive, but still, every time he closes his eyes, I go deeper, 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 just to really get him to guide him to that place of deep trance. Now, you see me sort of pausing for a second. Well, that's me trying to think, well, what'll I do next with this guy? Don't worry, if you put someone into a nice eyes closed state and maybe even drop them into a little deepener, you've got plenty of time. They'll stand there for half an hour if you have to, but that looks bad in terms of street hypnosis or even in a therapy room. So don't make the pauses too long, but don't worry about pausing and saying, what'll I do next? Have a think about what's around you. What can I utilize? In this case, I remember that I had the little monkey doll in my kit bag, so I start to move towards that skit, which you might have seen me do several times before on the YouTube channel. Moving on, I say, in a moment, on the count of 3, what am I doing there? Again, this is another hypnosis technique of setting up expectations. So I'm not saying right now this is what's going to happen and putting a lot of pressure on the unconscious mind. Rather, I'm saying in a moment something's going to happen. Now, a moment is not a scientific measure. I'm not saying in 2.7 seconds or 3.1 seconds. So I'm not being scientific at saying this is exactly what's happening and when it's going to happen. But what I'm saying is, in a moment, on the count of 3, and only on the count of 3. So nothing's going to happen yet. Nothing's going to really change for a moment until I say 1, 2, 3. So that gives the unconscious mind time to really ramp up to what's going to happen next. So always utilize that idea of time shifting off into the future. In a moment, this is going to happen. In a moment, that's going to happen. And again, you'll see that in many of my videos. Then, as I talk through this process here, I'm now removing the previous suggestion. So some people will leave a running gag in. I said this before, you might leave a running gag in throughout the whole process of him being hypnotized. But in this situation, I'm saying, that last suggestion is disappearing, that number 7 will come back to you. So it's important now to make sure at some point in the whole process that you do remove all suggestions. Now, because these are fun suggestions and not serious suggestions, they're not going to stick even if you forget to remove one particular one, but it's always nice to just tie up the loose ends and make sure you remove the previous suggestion. So I describe what I want him to see. In a moment, I'm going to present you with a little cuddly toy, and whatever the toy does, you do. So this is a clear hypnotic suggestion. This is why I'm saying this is not in any way some religious voodoo ritual. It's purely a suggestion that say when you see somebody, the doll do something, you'll do it as well. You'll follow their direction. This is always a lovely visual skit to do, so I do love doing it. And it's especially nice because, again, what I do is I don't have all the props sitting out in view. So when I say in a moment you're going to see a doll, I always see people in the audience going, what's he going to pull out? What doll is he talking about? So that adds a little bit of expectation and a bit of mystery to this whole skit as well. So that's a nice little tip as well. Don't just have all your props out on view. Keeping them in the bag, as I do, and it's obviously when you're doing street hypnosis, it's more convenient to do that, but it also adds to it. So I tell him exactly what's going to happen. When you see the doll doing something, you're going to want to do it as well. And then I do 1, 2, 3, open your eyes. And again, bringing the subject, he opens his eyes right on command. I introduce my little doll to him, and then I say that lovely key phrase, watch what happens next. Again, as I've said in previous videos, what he imagines and how he accepts my suggestion is under his control and within his mind. Hopefully I've done a good job of describing what I want him to do, because, you know, other people hopefully will now understand what's going to happen. And if everybody's not on the same page, it doesn't look very good for the camera. So I grab the doll and say, watch what happens next, and I lift the doll's hand. Beautifully, he responds. His hand moves up and he has a little bit of a laugh, a bit of a giggle. So it's clear that he's experiencing that himself. This again is a beautiful skit because it's nice and visual, not just for him, for his experience, but for the audience as well. So it always gets a good laugh. And you might just hear, if you listen carefully, you'll hear someone off camera going, oh my God. And again, I love that, because people off camera going, oh my God, they're experiencing something. They're experiencing something that I'm demonstrating to this gentleman. And that's a lovely feedback loop to him to say, it's not just me experiencing it, but she can see it as well. So, you know, try and engage the audience and give them an experience that they will actually verbally respond like that there. That's a good tip as well. Get the audience involved wherever you can. So the hand movements, the arm movements and the leg movements are getting a good response, and I'm cracking that joke about, you know, sometimes I lift both legs. Of course, what would happen? He would fall down, so I'm not going to do that there. And be careful about overly giving an experience that might cause the person in hypnosis to cause harm to themselves. So I could lift both legs, and I don't know what's going to happen next, and he's too big for me to reach out and grab and you know, support if he falls down, so I'm not going to do that. But it's a nice bit of a running gag that I do. It's a nice bit of a joke. So little bits of interaction like that there with the audience, and giving him a bit of a giggle as well by the looks of it, is not a bad idea. But I want to do something different, so what do? I tickle him. Yes, and when you see me tickle him, see how he responds. You know, when I tickle him onto the arm, not only does does he laugh, but his arm moves, because I've moved the doll's arm, and he's responding beautifully. At one point, I then reach around and nip the bum off the monkey. Now, you can see that on camera because the monkey's bum is to you, but he can't see it. But he still knows, because I'm sort of making that verbal beep sound, that he knows what to do. Again, this is where the whole non-verbal suggestion is coming in. I've lifted the arm, I've lifted the leg, and all I'm saying is watch what happens, but I'm not giving him a suggestion that look how your arm will lift, look how your leg will lift. So this is all coming back to the idea that all that I'm doing with the doll is very, you know, non-verbal. I might be making a little nip sound, but beep. But, you know, what does beep mean to someone? It's, you know, nipping doesn't have a sound to it, but this is a non-verbal suggestion and an audible suggestion in a way, but non-verbal, not a wordy suggestion that something's happening to him. And again, I can't resist, because he's such a butch character and a nice, strong gentleman. I, you know, give the doll a kiss and see how he reacts. And again, beautiful response from the gentleman himself. The final icing on the cake is when I drop him back into hypnosis. Now again, this could happen in the very first time, but I've done several skits with this gentleman at this stage. Again, like I say, I'll put links to the previous videos in the description section below, so you can check them out. I might even put some links on the YouTube video to click and see his other ones, but keep watching this one before you move away. But, you know, he's been dropped into hypnosis several times, and he knows that when the word sleep is said, his head will drop down to his chest and his eyes will close. Again, the monkey doesn't have closable eyes per se, but what I do with my finger in the back of the doll's head, I say the word sleep. I click my fingers, as I often do, and I move my finger forward so the doll's head drops down. Their eyes don't move, but he knows what that keyword, that response should be to that, you know, clicking of fingers and saying the word sleep. He sees the monkey's head drop down, and by this stage, he's now responding beautifully to what the monkey's doing. So his head drops down to his chest, and he goes back into the hypnotic state of trance and deeper eye closed state. So I hope you enjoyed that description. Here comes the video. Don't forget, if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you don't like it, leave us a comment in the comment section below. There's no use giving us a thumbs down because, you know, I don't know what a thumbs down means. But if you say, I didn't like the description, I'd rather have you, you know, describe it in a different way, or don't describe things, just show us the video. Tell me what you like and what you don't like about this video. Really looking forward to getting your feedback. Tell me if you've tried this skit before. Tell me if you use this skit and what your successes are. And if you have any other tips about it, if you're a hypnotist out there and have other tips, leave that in the comment section below. I want to hear about you. And don't forget, click the big red subscribe button, and don't forget to click the notification bell so you get notified every time a new video comes out from Feel Good Hypnosis. Really looking forward to reading your comments, and give it a thumbs up. Don't forget, here comes the video.
You go and relax, you feel, the more relaxed you feel, the deeper you go. Anyone going to count from 1 to 3 on the count of 3. You'll open your eyes and you will remember the number 7. The number 7 will come back to you. But you'll open your eyes and you're going to see a lovely little cuddly toy. It's a little monkey. And you're just going to be compelled to do whatever the monkey does. Whatever you see the monkey do, you're going to be compelled to do yourself. Nod your head that you understand. So 1, 2, 3. Open your eyes. How's it going? Have you seen my little friend here? Watch what happens. Isn't that cool?
Yep.
Now, sometimes in the audience, people shout, do both legs. I wouldn't do that. But watch what happens. Now, I don't, with someone so strong of stature, I don't usually do this. I don't ever like that response. Do you know what's really cool? Sleep. Way down, deeper, deeper, deeper relax. The deeper you go, the more relaxed you feel, the more relaxed you feel, the deeper you go.